Welcome back to Al's Kitchen. I'm going to be doing a nice chicken jalmal Zafrani. Now this is a chef special. This isn't run-of-the-mill boonas, dopiazas, chicken tikka masalas or madras. This is something really special. We're going to really delicately and timely layer in all those different flavours and spices. Before we start, we have to check out all the ingredients. So as you can see here, we've got quite a few ingredients, but don't be put off by this. What we're going to do is put all these ingredients in a bowl so they can go in the pan in one go. It's all in the preparation. As you know, a lot of restaurants prep so many ingredients in advance. Some poor sod has to do that, and that's the only job he does, is chop, 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 grate and slice. Anyway, so let's get started with the ingredients. I've got a very small amount here of red onion. You can use white onion, and a very small amount of finely diced green pepper. And the same again with red pepper. This is going to give your sauce a nice bit of body. Here I have a very small handful of coriander stem. Now this is a very important ingredient. This is going to give you a lovely flavour in the gravy when it's finished. The coriander is going to release all of its flavour. It's more intense in the stem than in the leaves. So here I have a small handful. Okay, so I'm going to have to do all this from head because I've prepared all this in advance. So let's see if I can remember. Here we have half a teaspoon of mint sauce. This is just normal mint sauce that you would put on roast lamb. And here we have a very tiny amount of tamarind paste. Now this is literally the tip of a teaspoon. There's probably just a little too much here, so I won't use all of this. Just the tip of the teaspoon of tamarind paste. This is going to give you a sour note. Right, on to the spices. Here I have a teaspoon of freshly ground cumin seeds. You can use powder if you've got it, but I prefer to grind them up myself. And here I have half a teaspoon of coriander powder. Here I have a third teaspoon of garam masala. And again a third teaspoon of turmeric powder. Here I have a large pinch or a quarter teaspoon, I would say, of cardamon powder. And here a quarter teaspoon of asafoetida. This is going to really accentuate the garlic notes in the curry. Okay, so on to some woody spice now. I have a single clove. There you go, if you can see that. And also a small piece of cinnamon. So there's your woody spices. Here I have half a teaspoon of Kashmiri chilli powder, and here I have a tablespoon of ordinary Heinz tomato ketchup. Doesn't have to be Heinz, but it has quite a nice sweetness. And here I have 2 tablespoons of mango chutney. Any brand will do. So now onto the Zafrani, which is basically saffron. This is real saffron. This was very expensive. I paid like £3.50 for like, I think there's 1 gram in there. Yeah, there you go, 1 gram. This is an optional ingredient, but it really does add that touch of uniqueness, classiness if you like. We're going to put this on at the very end. And to dress the curry also, I have a fresh mild red chilli. Did I say red? And this is going to go on the end to make the curry look pretty, just as you'd get in a restaurant. Here I have 4 cloves of sliced garlic, very, very finely sliced. And here some very finely chopped ginger. This is a teaspoon. And onto the chicken. Now this is uncooked chicken. I've not gone with the pre-cooked chicken. You're at home, you're not in a restaurant. You don't have to be turning this out in 5 minutes quick. This is raw, but I have cut the chicken smaller than usual. This is so that we make sure that the chicken does get cooked right through. There's no need to marinate the chicken. All the flavour is going to be in the gravy. So I think I've covered everything with the ingredients. Now it's time to get on to the cooking and the method. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to put the oil in. Don't skimp on the oil. Remember what I always say, put an oil just to cover the lowest part of the ring of the frying pan. I think lots of the flavour carry in the oil. This is why we don't eat curry every day. Keep it healthy or as part of a well balanced diet. Okay, so we can go the cinnamon and the clove. Just roll that around the oil for a bit. is we're just going to soften the peppers and the onion. It should only take about 2 minutes, if that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add our spices, our garlic, our ginger, so that'll be the next step. When I'm cooking single curries, I always go with the single pan. Because it's such a small pan, it absorbs a lot of heat. I can cook consistently with the same level of heat all the way through. So now I'm going to add the garlic. Don't want to cook the garlic too long, so we don't want it to burn. We just want to soften it and make it nice and mellow. So I would say about 30 seconds with the garlic. Then goes the ginger. Okay, and now I'm going in with the spices. Not too long with the spices. I'll say not longer than 20 seconds with this. And now we're going to build very slowly, just a very tiny touch of base gravy. Tomato ketchup. Mint. And some tamarind. Just a very tiny amount there. Okay, touch more base gravy. We really want to add small amounts of base gravy so that we cook it out nicely. Yeah, that flaming effect adds a nice smoky flavour to the curry. So if you can achieve that at home, please do that. So all the oil's come to the top already. Just another touch of base gravy. So I think now would be a good time to add the chicken. So we've got to cook this through. Just give you a close up of that. So now I'm going to put a full ladle of base gravy. Don't go tasting the curry until the chicken's cooked. You don't want no food poisoning. Okay, so this has been cooking for around 8 minutes, so the chicken's nearly done. I'm just going to add just a touch more base gravy. Regarding the base gravy, people keep asking me for measurements. Basically, just look at your curry. When you feel like you have enough sauce in your bowl at the end, that's enough. Obviously, you don't want to overdo it. You don't want soup. And then reduce it down. Cook it into the curry. Mango chutney. And a pinch of salt. Okay, with about a minute to go, you want to throw in the coriander stems. I think now's a good time to take out that big chunky piece of cinnamon. I think this is about ready to plate up. Okay, so there you go. That's it in the pan. So the flavours you should be tasting is a nice, rich, deep flavour with a great deal of sweetness. But to counter that, you've got the spice and the garlic with a very subtle tinge of sour that comes from the tamarind. beautiful thick gravy as well, almost Boona-like. We're going to take a small piece of chilli and we're just going to dress it with some small shavings of mild red chilli and a small pinch of saffron. Now this is an optional thing, as I told you, but when your guests and diners see this on the top, it really adds a touch of sophistication. So now it's time for the all important taste test. Oh my god, it's really rich, flavoursome. You can taste all those aromatic spices, the garlic, the tamarind really comes through, the coriander stem, the ginger. This is one to try, guys. If you've enjoyed this video, please leave your comments in the comment section below. I really appreciate all the support. Give me a nice fat thumbs up. I'm Al, and I'm out of here.